Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Billy here with Prodigy Games. I just got back from Dallas, Fort Worth, or Arlington, I guess is technically where the event was. Got top 8 at the event playing Kinemon. So I was just going to go ahead and show you guys exactly what I was playing, give you guys a little bit of a tournament matchup rundown, and just kind of explain the overall experience. So, all right, to start off, obviously got the Kinemon leader. I played 4 Odin, probably the best card in the game. Literally won me probably 80% of my matches. There was a lot of red there, a lot of white beard, stuff like that. This is like really the only way that you're beating that deck. So we've got obviously 4 Momo. Searches all the best cards in the deck, all the Wano cards. Pretty self-explanatory. Got 2 Nekomamushi. A lot of people weren't playing this, I saw. Me and my buddies were all testing and had a couple people playing Law that we were testing with, and the matchup felt really rough unless you had a whole bunch of resters. So I decided to just play at least 2 more, and it turned out to be a really good call. This card was probably like one of the best cards all day. So I would definitely recommend people play this card. Otherwise, the Law matchup is like really not in your favor. Other broken card, 4 Okiku. I think it's just a must. I know some people will cut it down to 3. I don't really understand that. Just slamming this card, if you go second against pretty much every deck, just kind of neuters what they're able to do. And I think that's really important. It's kind of like what green is going for. I've got 4 Raizo, another card that people were starting to cut. I just don't think that you really can. This card, once it gets rolling, if you have a Momo or a Bonnie or anything like that, then you just start pot of greeting every single turn, drawing extra cards, and it just snowballs out of control. It's also a really good attacker into decks like Law and stuff like that. 4 Yamato. This card is crazy. It's 3 costs with the leader ability. Otherwise, it's just a 4 drop, 6k, rest pretty much anything. It rests a 6 or less, so it's like, unless it's a massive bomb, a Whitebeard or like a King or a Kaido or something like that, you can rest it. It usually helps you go for game, or just clear board in the early stages. 4 Izo, you need to. It's a 2k counter. Sometimes you need to play it as well against matchups like Law, stuff like that, because you need the extra resters, but otherwise it's just a really strong 2k. And that's it for the Wano cards in the deck. For the Supernovas, I played 2 7-drop Kid. This card was okay. I would probably honestly cut it down to 1. It is very strong into the mirror match and into Law, but it's also just a card that doesn't have combo power, and there's a lot of cards in the green deck that don't already, so it can kind of clog your hand a little bit. It's good to slam on curve turns if they made you go first when you're on 7 Dawn, but most of the time you want to have an Odin or something to slam instead of this. But it was really good when it came up. Had 3 Bonnies. Obviously 4 is like the standard number. I cut it down to 3 because a lot of the targets that you're searching aren't as impactful as the ones that Momo's searching, so I didn't find it super necessary to play 4. And this deck is already really tight as it is. I played 4 Capones. I decided not to play Toki, the Wano blocker, just because I didn't want a card that doesn't do anything by itself. And Toki requires you to have obviously an Odin or a Yamato. And yes, it has a 1k counter, but I just didn't think practically it gave me the best chances to win, so I didn't play it. I know the other person that topped in with Kinemon was playing 3, so I'm sure it works, but I just personally didn't like it myself. Then I played 4 Killer. Killer, super strong card, obviously lets you draw if you have 3 guys and you Dawn it 1. Just another blocker, just another search off of Bonnie. Strong card. Got 4 Apu. I played this card probably 1 time in the whole tournament, but it's just a 2k. It's pretty funny maybe against Whitebeard, like if you can stick it, but I mean they have Vista and stuff. It can just cheese out a win maybe, but 99.9% of the time it's just a 2k. And then I played 1 Killer. This was kind of an interesting choice. I wanted kind of like mid-rangey cards. X-Drake is something that I'll probably cut a 7-drop kid to play one of, but this card was super strong, just pops any rested 3 or less, so against red, against law, even in the mirror match, popping opposing Okikus or Raizo, stuff like that is really strong. And yeah, and the trigger is just pretty funny. It can be punishing as well. So yeah. And then I played 3 law. A lot of people were cutting this card down to 1 or 0. I think this card is pretty crazy. It's just such a good play to, like, say you establish an Odin or something like that. The following turn it's strong. If they make you go first, it's good to play on 5 Dawn if you have a Searcher. Overall, just a really good card. It's a 6K blocker and swing, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with law. It was really good all weekend. And then finally, I played 2 Punk and 1 Waterfall. I think this was like a perfect ratio. I wanted the option of Waterfall because not only just for a good trigger, but since I was playing the 2 7-drop kids, this card with that is super, super strong. And it's also just a searchable battle trick that you can search off of Momo, which does come up, you know, like to save your Okikus, to save Odin, obviously, and comboing with 7-drop kid is also super strong. And 2 Punk was super strong all weekend. This card is I mean, just hitting the trigger off of this is already broken, but the card itself is also just super strong. Just leaving 2 open, your opponents have to respect it. And if they don't, they just get punished super hard for it. So I wouldn't recommend cutting these. If anything, I would maybe play 2 and 2 of Waterfall and Gibson. But yeah, that was the main deck. And as far as the tournament matchups go, I played a ton of red. There were like 300 out of the 900 people that were there were playing red. So I think I played either 6 or 7 red. 6 red being 3 Zoro, 2 Whitebeard, 1 Luffy, and then I played a Law, a mirror match, and Dofi. I lost the last round to Dofi. I didn't see any Odins, but I still managed to get, I think it was 17th after Swiss. And then in top 32, I ended up playing against Whitebeard. And I was terrified because you're able to look at the deck lists. They give you about 5 minutes before the match starts to look at their deck lists. And his deck was playing, it looked terrifying is what I'm going to say. He was playing all 8 events, 4 guard point, 4 radical. He was playing Moby Dick and like all these cards that are super scary for the Kinemon deck. But just slamming Odin on curve is really strong, so I was able to take that in game 3. Then in top 16, I played against Law, and I felt really bad. The guy missed almost every search that he went for, be it Curly to Dawn or Bonnie's, stuff like that. And my hands were pretty strong, so it was I 2-0'd him in like 20 minutes, but it was like a non-game almost. And then in top 8, I played against Law again, and lost that in game 3. He was playing an interesting engine with Dogura. It's a 1-drop red card that you rest it, and you're able to play another 1-drop red from your hand. And he was able to shambles on like turn 2 or 3 against me, and it's pretty hard to come back from that. And my hands were pretty weak. I didn't have much combo power, so I was just having to take life early. And you can't really be doing that. You can't be at 2 life against Law when you're trying to clear board because they just start swinging face. So I ended up losing that in game 3, but overall, you know, got the serial Luffy, ended up selling it on the spot, but it was a super cool event. Had a lot of fun. I think this format's really interesting. Luffy was the one that won the event. I ended up playing that guy in Swiss actually, and I was able to win. But congrats to him. I think his name's Jonathan. Met a lot of cool people over the weekend, and hopefully we are able to get into the Ohio one, planning on going and getting on the wait list. But yeah, guys, honestly, if you have the opportunity to go to a one-piece event, I would absolutely recommend it. And yeah, so make sure you guys check out prodigygames.com, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a giveaway on this video. We have a pack of Dawn sleeves here. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is just like the video, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky person is just going to win a pack of Dawn sleeves. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and peace out.